When nothing seems to help, I will go and look at the stonecutter, swinging his hammer perhaps 100 times without a single crack to show for it. And at last, at the 101st strike, the stone will split in two. Yet I will know it was not the final blow that did it, but all that came before it. I read this years back, and it struck me enough that, whereas I read quite extensively, this particular stanza stood out to me and retained in my mind. And it came back just today because my wife asked me. She'd been gone from town with her mother for some time, and it was just me and the boys around. And she came back and she said, "Did you have any particular conversation with our eldest? Like, did you have, how'd you say it? Did you have some coming to Jesus talk with him about accountability?" And I thought about it. I said, when we had our usual talks, but nothing I can think of. Why, what happened? She said, "There's been 2 instances since I came home." She said, when he did something that really aggravated me, it wasn't a small thing, he really acted up. And he took a breather, and within 5 minutes, he came back of his own free will and accord, and he said, "I'm sorry." She said, what's more than that, he actually fully took explicit accountability. He said, "This is wrong to do this type of thing. That's what I did, and here's what I should have done instead." And she goes, "It's amazing. It happened twice. And I just wanted to know, like, what happened?" And I thought about it, and I realized I didn't have any major conversation with him. I had maybe 2 or 3 of the usual, father-son standard conversations I have with him. And it's always the same thing. And accountability is always a huge part, which is about, okay, accountability means being brave, and we can't be brave unless we're scared. And that means being brave and taking accountability for what we did wrong. And by doing that, we can be beautiful as men. And that starts with saying, if we did something wrong, it's wrong to do this. I did that. I'm sorry I did that. Here's what I could have done better. And that's when that brought that stanza back to mind about the stonecutter. And I realized something else. My father did spend accumulatively hours and hours talking with me, lecturing me, if you will, growing up. And thinking back on it, it was always the same one. Treat women and children well. And there's always someone watching, so act well. And my mind back to that stonecutter, because it's not the last talk that gets through, but it's all of them together that finally make the difference.